Well, hello, welcome to another video. I'm a UK reseller. I buy and sell antiques, jewelry, collectibles, and flip it all for profit. Now, are you like me, just a regular dealer, or are you a specialist or gemologist? Because if you're like me, then you go out, you buy jewelry, gold and silver rings and necklaces and things, and you need to know what's in them. These stones, are they glass? Are they rubies? Are they emeralds? Are they diamonds? Now, you could go and pay a jeweler a few pound an item to tell you what stones in them and to have them valued, I suppose. I know my local jeweler, he charges a percentage of the value as well. So the value is always through the roof. But I've now invested in one of these, Presidium Gem Tester II. Now, these are not cheap. If I show you just quickly the prices of these, there's one on eBay, £408, and there's another at £250. So these are not cheap instruments by any means. Now, I bought mine probably about 4 or 6 weeks ago, and I actually paid £300 for mine. That was the cheapest one available at the time. The prices are up and down on these all the time, depending on supply and demand. I haven't used it as yet due to the lockdown. But it comes boxed. You get your warranty cards and all the rest of it. It's got quite a large instruction manual. The good thing about the instruction manual is there's multiple languages in this, so there'll just be little sections for each language. So there may be like 10 pages for English. So it's not massive. I haven't got to read an entire book, thank God. But I am going to have to read the instructions and learn how to calibrate the machine. It comes in a little pouch. And then we have the device. Now, the downside with it is, if you're in the UK, it comes with a European plug or 2-prong plug. So I'm going to have to buy an adapter for that before I can test the machine and calibrate it. It's quite simple. Just plug the pen in at the back. Just plugs in, push straight in, and you have your little pen. Now, I would assume, without reading the instructions yet, this is very much like a diamond tester where it draws heat from the nib. So basically, this machine will heat up the nib. Because diamonds are carbon, it measures by how fast it draws the heat out of the nib to tell you if it's diamond or glass or moissanite and so forth. Well, I don't know how it's going to work with the other stones, but this is a colored stone gem tester as well. It will do diamond and moissanite, but it'll test for glass, jadeite, spinel, garnet, tourmaline, iolite, topaz, tanzanite, aqua, rubies and sapphires. I can't even pronounce that. Chrysoprase, emerald, nephrite, quartz, amethyst, and citrine. So it's going to test for quite a substantial range of stones. No doubt there's going to be stones that are not on there, but it can fall into these categories maybe. Now, as I've said, it has to be tested, calibrated rather. Now, I'm looking by here, and it does show it'll take batteries. There. So it will take batteries. However, if you're going to use batteries, I would recommend you use some seriously good batteries, because at the end of the day, you want an accurate reading when you're testing your jewelry. Why go through the expense? £300, a lot of money for a machine. And once I got this machine, it's going to last years if I look after it. If you buy, let's say for argument's sake, a 9 or 18 karat gold ring set with 3 stones, then what do? Do you just guess the stones, get it wrong or right maybe, and just put it up for sale? Or do you just say it's an 18 karat gold dress ring? Now, the upshot is, if it's set with rubies and emeralds and sapphires, it's going to be worth a lot more than if it's just garnets or cut glass and things like that. You really do need to say, and to be honest with you, you've got to be able to put an accurate and genuine description on stuff. Otherwise, it just comes winging back. So if I got a bit of aquamarine or something now, and this says it's aquamarine or it's a garnet, it's a topaz, whatever it is, ruby and sapphire, I can state it's been gem tested. It is sapphire, 9 karat gold ring, blah, 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 and then I can price it accordingly. Because depending on what the stone is, depends on the price. And I can guarantee you, if you're selling a 9 karat gold ring just as a 9 karat gold dress ring with colored stones in it, you're going to get half of what you'll get if you can state what the stones are. So I'm going to go and buy myself a little adapter for the plug. I'm going to have a quick look at the instructions on how to calibrate it. I've got some diamonds and rubies and so forth here that I can test it, calibrate on, and then we're going to film me testing some silver, some gold, and see exactly if the machine works and how it works. But I can tell you now, I'm going to have to sell quite a bit of jewelry to pull my £300 back, but this is an investment for the business, and as far as I'm concerned, it is a needed tool. So I'm fed up of going to jewelers and saying, here's 10 rings, tell me what stones are in them. And then they not only tell, because the only way to do that is to have like a small valuation done. They tell you what stones are in them. They tell you the quality of the stones, the claret, the size, the color, and the value. And then they charge you 10% of the value, as well as a set fee. So you could end up paying, £100 for 4 or 5 rings to be looked at in the jewelers. It's crazy money. So let's see exactly how we do. It's going to be a good review and an honest review, and you're going to get to see me using the product. So fingers crossed, guys. Okay, so we got some good news. This machine comes pre-calibrated from the factory. So all the stones are pre-calibrated and tested. All you need to do, first of all, there is an option, if I show you, here, one that says cal and one that says glass. So you have to basically, first of all, depress the pen onto the calibration, and it should shoot up to here where it says cal within 2 seconds. There you go. So it's shot up past the cal, so we calibrate in. Once you've done that one, you should then press it on the glass, and it should go into the glass, which is done there. You can see the top red one, which was here. Now, before you test any stones, they recommend all stones are clean, dry, and have no grease and things like that on them. You can test stones by holding the ring and testing, or you can have a little metal tray that you put them in or hold them with tweezers. It's entirely up to you. There is, if you look in this section here, the bit with the black is the dark grey. I presume that's what they're referring to as the dark grey, is diamond and moissanite. And if it comes past that into the end, then it's potentially simulants. So you got all the stones listed. It tells you how to use it in the book. But we're just going to have a little play and test and see where we go. Now I've got some pieces for testing. We'll start off with this beautiful thing here. It is amethyst and diamond set in 9 karat gold. So if you watch the Prestige, it should come to the bottom line here is amethyst, garnet, and citrine. So it should come in that one. I know it's not the best, unfortunately. There you go. Oh, the light isn't helping. So let's see how we get on. So a simple, just depress the nib all the way in. It goes to the highest point, and you've got to take the reading from the highest point before it starts dropping back down, as you can see there, which is in the right section for the amethyst, citrine, and quartz. So I knew that was an amethyst anyway, but it's come up in the right section. Got a ring here that I believe is garnet and diamond. So we're going to test this. Garnet is up here. So it should be coming to this block here. As simple as there, and there you go, straight into the block with the garnets. Top of the block, but straight in the block. Now this is thermal testing. Basically it heats up the nib and measures how fast it draws off the heat. Diamonds and that, they're made of carbon, so they draw it quite fast. In fact, I should have a diamond around here. Okay, so I've got a diamond. This is quite a substantial diamond. It's about a 1/4 carat of diamond set in a little 18 karat gold pendant. Bear with me. So it's quite a substantial diamond. It's a nice little thing. Now we're going to test this now, and it should shoot up into the grey area. There you go. As you can see, it's pointing to the grey, but with the black, which tells you that it's diamond. If it shoots past that black into the grey, it's simulants are suspected. So you then got to check for simulants. Now, the downside with this is it states here diamond and moissanite. Now, you may have to get yourself a diamond moissanite separator on eBay. They're about £8 to tell you what's diamond and what's moissanite. Now, I've got a bit of jade. It's a roundel, it's not jewelry, but it's still jade. So I'd like to see whether or not it detects jadeite. Jadeite is the top band just there. So shall we see how that goes? And it hasn't reached. What did it reach? It reached iolite and tourmaline. And try that again. It's even less a minute, so maybe the nib needs to reheat. Now this under the eyeglass looks like a piece of jade. Maybe I'm wrong. But it's definitely not going no higher than that bar there. And the jadeite is all the way up to this one there. So that's got to be looked at. Now, I want to test a few pieces of glass. I got some silver pieces with some colored stones. I'm assuming the glass will just have a little test. So simple as there. And there you go. On the left at the top of the screen, you see the glass in red, and it's smack center of the glass, which is just there. So we got a silver ring that I believe is garnets and diamonds. So let's test that again. And there you go, straight to the garnets. Smack center of the garnet and tourmaline. I got a tourmaline ring actually. This one here is 18 karat gold and tourmaline. Was. So if I test that one there, there you go. Straight up. Tourmaline. Happy days. So to all intents and purposes, it is working. Out of curiosity, let's have a bit of fun. Do you think it's a diamond? Let's see if it detects glass in the large scale. And it does. Falls straight back down because it just drew the heat too quick because of the size. But straight up to the glass it went. Interesting with this one though, why it isn't registering as Jade. And it's not getting past that point there. Oh, hang on. Oh, it is going up. It's not far off the Jade, so maybe it's just dirty because I haven't cleaned it. Anyway, I've got a coloured ring. I'm looking for bits of citrine and glass and things like that. So we see what this is made of. And it's at the top. Oh, where are we going? Well, that has gone to amethyst. So the purple in there is amethyst. Let's see what the pink is. Oh, wow. The pink is shot straight up to ruby. That was interesting. So this is probably from something like QVC or something, and it's actually got proper gemstones in it, not just cut glass. So that's interesting. I wonder if they're diamonds in the chips. Let's have a look. That noise you heard there was because I touched the metal because they're so small, these chips. You got to very carefully not touch the metal. Can't get decent contact. I can't get decent contact to try it. They're so small. So we'll leave the diamonds on the side. What's the blue one? That's glass, is it? That's looking like glass. So there's a mixture in here of semi-precious and non-precious stones, I would think. This one looks a bit like cubic zirconia. Beautiful ring. And it just moves straight up to the glass. Anything else to test? I think that's it. Actually, I got a ring here that's been put aside for acid testing. It's not hallmarked, but it just didn't have enough quality feel to it. So we'll know whether or not it's glass. If it's real stones, then it's likely to be gold. Well, that I haven't even registered, so I don't even know what that is. It's not even registering as glass. The side stone's registered as glass though, so that is nothing. So it's also handy as in it'll tell you what's rubbish and what's worth keeping. So interesting machine. Let me take this off. Now, what I have learned from doing this test is that the company, if anybody's watching from the company, the machine could benefit greatly from a chart of stones. What do I mean? If you had a list of stones and the potential colors that the stones could be. So, for example, garnets, you got the colors of garnets, or diamonds, you got the different colors of diamonds, or emeralds. You get the idea. Whatever colors the stones could be, citrines could have multiple colors. And maybe put a photograph next to that chart of what the gauge would read for that particular stone. So then people could go, okay, well, I've got a ring here and it's got purple or green or whatever. Look through your chart and go, well, that's got purple stones, that's got purple stones. Let's see where it reads on the gauge. You could seriously benefit from one of those charts. Basically, an idiot's guide, if you like, to testing stones, because that's what I would need is an idiot's guide. I'm going to get on with this quite all right, to be honest with you, but it's going to take a bit of playing with and a bit of getting used to. And I would much rather that beginner's guide or idiot's guide, whatever you want to call it, of a list of charts, the colors of the stones and where they should be on the graph for you. But all in all, it seems to be a nice bit of kit. A lot of money, but the difference is, you know, you can sell a ring with a genuine amethyst as opposed to purple glass. That type of thing. That will add a lot of value to the product. So, am I sorry I bought it? Not at all. I think it's a lovely machine. It's a nice bit of quality kit. It will last for years. As long as I look after it, that's going to last for years. Comes with a warranty and everything anyway. And to be honest with you, I needed one. I've had a lot of jewelry over the years that I've had to sell as a dress ring or just as a 9-carat gold ring with suspected stones. You know, this has been a long time coming. And I'm pleased I've got it. And it shows quite a lot of stones. But we're going to have a play and find out. I might even make my own chart showing the different colors for the different stones and play and show where they should be. So I may make my own chart. And if I do end up making a chart, I will add that to the blog on my website when I add the written blog of this test to the website. If I can do a chart, I'll add photos to it on the website blog. Other than that, I think that's about it. I hope you found it interesting. I certainly did, and I enjoyed having to play with it. Until next time, guys. Thanks very much.